Have you ever wondered why your pets have grown to love you so much? How they're able to live alongside you easily and interact with you? Well, this is because of animal domestication. And animals can become domesticated in basically two different ways. Either humans help them become domesticated or they simply domesticate themselves. And not human, sorry. Animal domestication has been going on for since the beginning, basically. You see, with, for example, the pharaohs or in ancient Egypt, they had cats that they worshipped, and cats were their biggest pet. I guess you see them all over the walls, and they would even mummify them. Well, cats are also like the only pet that has grown to domesticate itself. Like it just simply learned to live with humans. And dogs too mostly became domesticated because of us, because we bred them over time. And that's also a way that animals become domesticated. And dogs come from wolves originally. They and then whenever the humans started breeding them and they started living with the humans, that they started showing signs of differences in their how they act, in their appearance. And then with that, the dogs would breed over and over, creating new breeds, becoming more used to living alongside us. And from what historyworld.net says is um, that these dogs were found up to 12,000 years ago, like a long time during the BC. And animal domestication goes back even farther to 9,000 to 7,000 BC. And the way that humans can domesticate animals is by what I just explained with the dogs, is with breeding them over and over again. And an example is with a newer study that was by a researching team to try and domesticate foxes. And they did this by getting just a group of wild foxes and then first breeding them and then looking at their offspring, their babies, and looking at the ones that are most that are a little used to humans. Then they would take those baby foxes and they would breed them together. And then they would get their pups or baby foxes and they would then get the ones that are most used to us again and then breed that group. And they would breed them for several times until they finally got a group of foxes that were domesticated, used to living with us. And when doing this, they found out that these foxes would purr even if they pet, and they would wag their tails because they were happy to see them whenever they would be petted or loved on. And in their appearance, they also showed signs of their ears were starting to droop down. Like instead of standing straight up, they would droop farther down. And that was like, it's kind of like with the dogs, like you see different types of ears on dogs, cats. So with these foxes, they bred them until they were able to create a pet out of them. And they are. So people now can have foxes as pets. And this goes the same for like potbelly pigs, the flying squirrels, the sugar gliders, and with all these animals, we can make them domesticated. But then some animals cannot be domesticated because researchers believe it that it has to do with a certain type of genes. Like, obviously, you can't really domesticate like a wild lion. People have tried, but then these lions will lash out, or like if you get a pet, I don't know, bear, like just any wild animal that's not good for indoors or to be around humans, they can get used to you, but then again they can lash out at you if they're angry. Or monkeys, that's a good example of like the lady who had the pet gorilla, and I think it was a gorilla, and it ripped off her face at one time because they thought he was good and they thought he was a nice pet until you just make them angry. And so some pets you cannot domesticate at all. But this is how you could get your animals. This is how your pets can love you so easily and interact. And also, like, your relationship with your pet. You'll see that they will do stuff for you whenever you do stuff for Maya, you do stuff for them. For like example, cats, they will sometimes, you'll see them maybe killing rats to help out, killing animals around the house, or how your dog will bark at intruders that they feel that are, if you're not safe, and in return you give them food and love. And this is how animal domestication works. Thank you.